everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a set of Queen's Platinum Jubilee nails. I've got some crystals from Crystal Parade, the Jubilee mix, very nice, I'll link it down below. And I've got Madam Glam gel polishes. So these three colours I thought were ideal. I've got Grand Canyon, the most beautiful red, Riverwalk. If you haven't got Riverwalk, you can use Perfect White. And we've got the blue one, which is Take Me to Mykonos. So we're going to be using those. I've got a 30% off discount code for Madam Glam. It's NatMug30. And you can get 5% off any crystals at the Crystal Parade using code NAT5. All the links to the websites and discount codes will be below. So for the first nail, we're going to do 2 coats of Riverwalk. Then while that's in the lamp, I'm going to put a little bit of Grand Canyon on my palette, and we're going to do a Union Jack. So the Union Jack has a white base, and then you have to draw on the, well, you don't have to do it in this order. I just thought this would be the easiest way to do it. If you've got a striper brush will be a lot easier to do this than a detailer brush, because the striper brush has a longer, it's got longer bristles on it, and it just makes it a lot easier to draw a straight line. As you can see here, I have to get my old Nelkami, I call it my Nelkami cleanup brush, because it's like my little, it's like a, it's really tatty, but it's like my, I don't know, it's like an Old Faithful. Also, if you hear talking in the background, it's my other half. He's at home right now, and he's on the phone to his friend. But it's his birthday today, so I'm not going to moan at him too much. I'm not going to say, be quiet, but because he's, you know, it's his birthday. So, you have to do this. This red line is going to be the thickest line. So if you, so do that, and you can cure it now if you want. But I'm going to do the side lines, the bits coming out the sides as well, before I cure it. I've got a spot right on the edge of my, it's like where my lips meet on the side, just below it, and it's, I tell you what, it's so sore. Oh, it's really sore. It's definitely a spot, not a cold sore. Oh, it's horrible. No one cares, Nats. Okay, then, right, I've cured that, because if I go wrong at any point, I want to know that I can wipe this off and not worry about the rest of the design. So then we're going to do 4 little white stripes coming out in a diagonal direction from the corners of the first cross. Does that make sense? I think it does. These ones are thinner lines. There's also the white lines on the Union Jack are also varying widths as well. So I'm not going to worry too much about the widths of the white line. I'm kind of actually, they're probably going to be pretty much all the same width. But if you actually sit and look at a Union Jack, the white lines are all different widths, which I was like, oh great, that's going to make it even more complicated. But I couldn't be having that. I was like, oh no. So we're just going to do, it this way. Also, we are going to be doing this twice, because we're going to have 2 Union Jack nails, because it's a very important occasion. Oh, well done, Queenie. She's been amazing, and she's still like going. She's like 96, is she now? She's still going. Incredible. Incredible. I don't know if that's how you say it in French, but there we go. So when we've done that, then we will pop these into the lamp for a 30-second cure in an LED lamp, okay? While that's in the lamp cooking, we can put a little bit of the blue onto our palette, and then we're going to do the same kind of thing that we've done with the red, only this time we're going to add little triangles. So where the, it's so difficult to explain, but we're basically putting triangles between the red lines, leaving a bit of a gap in between. And it's really awkward because it's quite fiddly. And it's quite fiddly. So can you see what I'm doing? Make sure you leave a gap between the red. There we go. And then there we are. So yeah, we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Look, can you see that gap got very thin there? It's tiny gap. By the way, I have broadband again. We officially have the internet back at home. I am over the moon. I was like, something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go. And it didn't. And it was made. Thank God we've got internet back now, because things can get back to normal, which is why I'm trying to get this video voiced over before I pick my son up from school, because I really want to get this video up onto YouTube tonight, because I didn't upload yesterday, so I'm going to try and get this up today. So I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and I have repeated the process twice, so we now have 2 Union Jack nails. Then I'm going to use baby blue. This blue is so pretty, so I decided that we're going to have like some what do you call it, cloud nails, but on one of them I want to put some bunting, not a bun tin, some bunting. And on the other one, I thought we could do a crown, couldn't we? Because, you know, Queenie, she has a crown because she's the queen. For the clouds, this is Madam Glam's white gel paint, and I'm using an eyeshadow applicator, and I just dab onto the lid, and then I'm going to dab off any excess onto my palette, and then just start patting the spongy bit onto the nail, and it just gives, like, let's zoom in a bit, it just gives this really like nice subtle cloud effect, doesn't it? Looks lovely. I love it, I do. So you can put as much on or as little as you want, and you can layer this as well. I'm going to put 2 layers of this on. So this first one, I thought I'd make it a little bit, what's the word, a little bit more subtle, and then you can go in a little bit heavier on the next coat. And the gel paint needs a 60-second cure, not just 30. Here we go. So look, you can just add over the top, just so it looks like the clouds are kind of, I don't know, being cloudy, doing their cloudy thing. I know all the words. There we are. And then again, once you're happy, you can just pop that in the lamp for a cure. Again, 60 seconds because it's gel paint. And then we're going to add the bunting. So the bunting is basically little triangles. Actually, it's not always triangles, but the majority of the time, they're kind of like triangles. And they need a line to stick on. One of the lines is going to be slightly further back into the distance, and one of them is going to be slightly closer to us. So this is the black gel paint, by the way. You can use gel polish. I just decided to use the black gel paint. I decided that the row at the top are going to be slightly further away from us. So those little triangles are going to be a little bit smaller. Now, obviously, trying to paint a Union Jack onto those is going to be like crazy difficult because they're tiny. So I thought I'd alternate between the blue, the white and the red. And again, I'm actually using the gel paint, the white gel paint here, but you can use the Riverwalk gel polish if you want to. And then the other two are obviously the same colour gel polishes that we used on the other nail. Yes. Okay, so once I've done, I'm going to pop those in the lamp for a quick flash cure. And then I'm going to do the ones at the front. And there we go. So you can see the ones at the front are slightly bigger, not massively bigger, but just bigger. Just gives that, you know, effect that, you know, it's a bit closer. Does that make sense? I think it does. And then obviously I'm going to matte top coat. I'm actually going to put crystals on, and we're going to do some glitter because I feel like it's a massive celebration. It's the Queen's Jubilee Platinum of all things. So we're going to have crystals and glitter, because, you know, push the boat out. And I always like to put, I think glitter and crystals look amazing on matte surfaces. I don't know why I laughed then. I just thought that was funny. Ow, my lip hurts. Feel sorry for me. No, don't really. I'm just kidding. It'll go. It's a spot. Whatevs. There we go. Right, this is going to need, again, 30 seconds in an LED lamp. And then we can move on to the crystals, which is the best bit. Actually, the glitter's also the best bit too. There we go. Look, this is the Jubilee mix from Crystal Parade. Obvious kind of colours there. Red, white and blue. And then some, I think they're called Labradorite, the silver ones. Obviously they're not silver in this case, they're platinum. Right, I'm using Nalchemy's Crystal Totalist Gem Glue. And I'm also using my Crystal Katana from Crystal Parade. And I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, but where I've put the gem glue, I'm going to put the crystals, and I'm also going to keep the red crystals on the nail where there's red, like so, and then I'll put the blue ones where there is blue. I was going to use the white ones, but I just felt like there wasn't enough room for the white. It even got to the point where I wish I'd not put all of the blue crystals that I put on. I also decided that I was going to do this the side bits, because I thought it would look weird if I didn't put the red crystals on the side, and I had just enough of the red crystals to fill that in, so it was like meant to be. There we go. And I will quickly flash cure this before I move on to the next bit, just so that they don't go for a wander, even though they're quite small, so they probably won't, but just in case. And then I decided to put one of the bigger blues and the smaller blues in these little corners. And then I'm going to put some smaller ones at the bottom. See these skinnier bits here? I'm going to put 3 smaller crystals on that. And I kind of wished I'd stopped there. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Even these are getting a little bit like, perhaps they're a little bit too big for that gap there, but I wanted to include the blue crystals as well. Otherwise, I would have been left with white crystals and blue crystals that I didn't use. Oh, actually, I could have used the white crystals on the crown. Thinking about it now. Never mind. See, look, I'm going to add the blue crystals in these bits as well. And I thought, like, looking back now, I wish I'd not done it, because they kind of poke out the side a little bit. And in my head, it looks a bit weird. But I don't know. What would you have done? Let me know down below. Right, that's going to go in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. And then we're going to work on the crown. So I Googled crowns. I can't remember if it was royal crowns or not. It was just crowns. And I wanted to use these silver coloured crystals because obviously they were in the set that Poppy sent. And I wanted to show you what they look like because they're gorgeous. So we're going to do the bottom part of the crown using one of the square crystals and 4 of the small round flatbacks. I will cure that. And then I'm using my brush. You can draw this out with gel paint or a pencil or whatever. It depends if you want more of a bolder background. But I just went straight in onto the nail using a what's this called? A detailer brush, just to mark out where I want to put the caviar beads for the crown. And you want to make sure you put enough on, because caviar beads are not likely to stay on the nail for very long. You can also do this and then go over them again with top coat. That will make them even more secure. I didn't actually do that, but I wished I had now. And I'm just going to put a little bit in the centre, because the crown has like this bit that goes, yeah, you'll see in a minute. And then, oh no, not finished yet. We're going to add a bit more on. Okay, then we're going to start. These are the silver caviar beads from the Crystal Parade as well. So yeah, you can get these from there at the same time as you get the Jubilee mix. But we're going to put these on the nail where we place the gem glue. And we're just going to, yeah, it's basically like our template. Did I say that before? I might be repeating myself. I don't know, because I can't remember, even though it happened like 2 minutes ago. Good brain, good memory, I mean. And the good thing about this is the caviar beads. The Nalchemy's Crystal Totalist Gem Glue is a thick gem glue, a thicker consistency curable gem glue. So these caviar beads are nice and small, so they're not really going to wander about like a big stone would. So once you place them on, they're pretty much going to stay there until you're like happy with where they are. So I'm going to start up the sides now. So I'm just gonna finish filling this in, and then I'll show you before we pop it in the lamp. So there we go. There we are. Oh, I think that looks quite good. So you can see where there is shiny gem glue. As I said before, sorry, if you go over that with the velvet matte top coat, you won't see it, but make sure you don't cover the actual crystals, just the caviar beads. Right, this is Nail Sugar's Prom Night and Hello Ruby holographic fine glitters. They're absolutely stunning. You can get 10% off any Nail Sugar glitters using my code NATMUG10. Again, links and discount codes will be down below. Right, for this, I'm going to sugar this nail. Now, this is Madame Glam's No Wipe top coat. I'm going to place this on the nail, but I want to make sure I leave a slight gap between the top coat and the edge of the colour. I think that makes sense, because I don't want to go over onto the white, because I'm not filling in the white with anything. That's going to stay white gel polish, but I want to add red and blue glitter, so I need to make sure that I don't accidentally cover the white. So that's why I want to make sure I've got a very, very slight gap between the top coat and the edge of the red. I think I'm making sense. And I'm going to do this in sections. So I'm going to take the red Hello Ruby glitter now and just sugar over where I've already put that top coat, and then tap off the excess and pop it into the lamp. When I sugar, I like to double cure. So normally the top coat would take 30 seconds. I will give it a 60-second cure just to be on the safe side. Brush off the excess. Ta-da! And then you can just start on the next part. So it was quite difficult with these little red diagonal lines because they're very thin. But I just had to do my best. And again, I'm going to sugar that. And then give that a double cure. Tap off the excess. There we go. Brush off the excess glitter once it's cured. And then we can move on to the blue. I tell you what, this nail gives me Jerry Halliwell Spice Girl vibes, doesn't it? Do you remember? I used to love the Spice Girls when I was growing up. Oh, they were so cool. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the blue parts. Again, try and leave a very small gap between the gel, the top coat and the blue, the blue edge of the blue. Otherwise, you will lose your white gap, and we don't really want to do that if we can help it. Gone off the screen, haven't I? I can't see much because the recording box is in the way. There we go. So I'm gonna do one side at a time. Tap off the excess. There we go. In the lamp. Brush it off. I've got a different brush. And then I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. Isn't it though? Jerry Halliwell, Spice Girls, right? You know what I mean? There we go. And that's it finished. Ta-da! I'm going to give you a quick close-up. There we are. I actually really like these in the end. But there we go. I love them. Right. Links to Crystal Parade, Nail Sugar and Madame Glam will be down below along with the discounts. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. It is completely free. And yeah, God bless. Love you all. And I will see you in the next one.